Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Directors and our President and CEO, Lori Kaplan, who is sorry that she couldn't attend today, I want to welcome everyone to the Latin American Youth Center. I am Elliot Gaston, Chief Development Officer here at the Center, and we are thrilled to be able to host this kickoff event that will support the Connect to Compete initiative's effort to close the digital divide. At the Latin American Youth Center, we are committed to offering comprehensive support to vulnerable youth so they can succeed socially, academically, and professionally. We serve over 4,000 diverse youth annually across the greater Washington, D.C. region, and know firsthand the critical need to ensure our young people gain the skills and knowledge to harness the power of technology. Through our Computing Technology Center, we are focused on ensuring that youth improve their abilities, employability, and ultimately self-sufficiency. We are grateful for the support of partners like Comcast to allow us to continue this work. As a father of three, I also see on a daily basis how computer literacy and access to technology can not only improve academic success, but open up a whole new world of perspectives and experiences. We are thankful for the efforts and commitment of LULAC, Tech, Microsoft, and Chairman Janikowski's leadership on this issue. Here at the Latin American Youth Center, our goal is to ensure that every young person, no matter what their circumstances are, has the equal opportunity to succeed. With wonderful initiatives like this, we know that more students will not only have a greater opportunity to understand the power of technology, but ultimately have a greater chance to reach their full potential and achieve success in school, work, and life. Thank you all for being here. Now I'd like to introduce Ben Heck, the Chairman of Connect to Compete, an organization committed to narrowing the digital divide across America.
Good morning and welcome. I'm very excited to be able to be here, and thank you for that warm introduction. Connect to Compete, as many of you know, was really launched almost a year ago, the inspiration of the FCC chairman, who you're going to hear from later today. But really what it's evolved into is a private-public partnership to really harness the energy that came out of the launch last fall to really say, how can we finally close this gap that's been creating huge challenges for America and low-income Americans in particular to be able to compete around the country. And it's challenging us to educate our children so they're able to compete. It's challenging us for older adults who need to compete in the new marketplace to be able to have the skills and the technology to be able to do that. And so we've come together to be able to say, how can we help folks to be able to get broadband wherever they are, but especially in their homes? How can we ensure that they have the digital literacy to be able to know how to take full advantage of that broadband? And how can we ensure that there are applications of that technology that will allow the kids to succeed and allow folks to be able to really take full advantage of all that the digital economy provides. So we're excited to be able to be here with some of our best partners who've been committed to this from the beginning. And one of them, of course, is Tech, who's here to make their announcement about their commitment to getting PCs and other technology into the hands of low-income people all over the country. So with that, I thank you very much for being here and for being a partner with us.
And with that, thanks, Ben. I'd like to introduce Jill Vasquez, Executive Vice President of Tech, who's going to announce a new campaign to help low-income Americans get the technology they need to get online.
Thank you, Elliot. Thank you, Ben. Tech is very excited to be involved in such an important program for the future of our kids and the future of society. Thank you to the FCC and Chairman Janikowski for your leadership and your vision in developing this program. And I'd also like to thank all of the members of the Connect to Compete team who have been working tirelessly over the last year to develop a scalable and sustainable program. Congratulations to LULAC for its success across 56 computer training centers, assisting first-time computer users in developing the skills and becoming proficient in ways that two-thirds of Americans today take for granted. The DEMTEC's primary mission and role in this program is providing low-cost computers to eligible families. Yet we recognize the essential role of training in helping first-time users realize the full potential of these tools. We were so impressed yesterday in touring this facility, and I want to thank Elliot for giving us that tour and showing us their commitment to this particular community. We want to thank the LAYC for hosting this event today, where we are announcing our gift of 200 computers to LULAC for their training centers across the country. Thank you. Our hope that these additional computers will allow them to increase the amount of training that they provide to CTC families. To help others with their training organizations, the DEMTEC is also providing an additional 100 computers to nonprofits who are delivering digital literacy training around the country. And we encourage them to apply for these, register for these computers online at thedemtec.com, and we will be selecting 25 of those organizations with the greatest need to receive 4 computers for their centers here in the next 3 to 4 months. Mr. Benhoff has already described how vast the digital divide is in this country today. And the fact that we landed Curiosity on Mars 48 hours ago, yet 1/3 of the American population are not yet online, is an irony. What may surprise you in the face of this great need is the fact that low-cost computers are in abundant supply. Enough surplus computers, in fact, to provide every family with a child in the K-12 National School Lunch Program with a home PC. According to industry analyst Gartner, 40 million computers are retired and replaced with new computers in businesses across the country every single year. Unfortunately, the opportunity for these surplus PCs to fill a high purpose for those in need is lost because they're being exported outside the United States, they're being prematurely recycled, or they're sitting in warehouses. The DEMTEC's goal is to connect this fallow supply with 7 million children eager to invent tomorrow's curiosity. Imagine the human potential. But time is short. In September of this year, 500,000 families will be eligible for their first home computer through Connect to Compete. In January, over 6 million additional families will be eligible for this computer. We are therefore announcing today the PC Pledge 100, rallying American businesses to convert surplus into success by donating at least 100 good working computers to the Connect to Compete cause. As the largest Microsoft authorized refurbisher in North America, the DEMTEC is taking responsibility for removing all confidential data from those computers and adding Microsoft Windows 7 and Office productivity tools, and delivering these to families in like-new condition through our web store at goodpc.com. Businesses that donate their surplus keys will be taking responsibility for contributing not only to these kids' success as students, but also to their future as customers, employees, parents, and citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe, and thank you for all the DEMTEC's tremendous commitment. Now I'd like to introduce Darren Levine, LULAC, Wisconsin State Director of Public Relations, Special Advisor on Technology to LULAC National, and President and CEO of Advanced Wireless Incorporated. Darrell is going to talk about the impact of LULAC's technology centers and LULAC's role in Connect to Compete.
Bienvenidos a todos. Es un placer estar aquí con ustedes. And I want to offer a very special welcome to the students we have joining us today who are actually taking advantage of the technology and services that are being provided here today. So good morning, everyone. My name is Joe Marin. I serve as Special Advisor on Technology for the League of United Latin American Citizens, or LULAC. LULAC is our nation's oldest and largest Hispanic-based membership organization. We provide 56 technology centers across the United States, 16 or 18 LNESC centers, and have over 900 counselors continuously working to advance the cause of the Hispanic community. So it's a pleasure to be here today. What makes this even more special is that we're hosting this event here right in one of our technology centers. I want to tell everybody here at the Latin American Youth Center how proud we are to have you in our network. And once again, thank the chairman for his leadership and all of our partners with Connect to Compete and the DEMTech for making this opportunity available. On behalf of LULAC's National President, Ms. Margaret Moran, and our National Executive Director, Mr. Brent Wilkes, and all of our membership, I want to say how proud we are to be a partner in the Connect to Compete Coalition. We're thankful to the DEMTech for their support of LULAC's Empowering Hispanic America through Technology program, with their donations of over 200 computers that will enable us to provide and continue to provide the counseling services, job skills, and literacy training that's so desperately needed in so many of our communities around the country. LULAC is a leader in other broadband adoption programs, such as our Internet Essentials program, that serves to expand broadband adoption among low-income households with at least one child who's on a reduced lunch or free lunch program within their school. As our society continues to make technological advancements, having internet access at home is critical to the success of the community. These days, if you're not online, you will be left behind. Benefits include enabling students to do their schoolwork, complete financial aid and college applications, as well as it enhances a parent's ability to manage their money, receive desperate services they need, and undergo job training and skill development that they can achieve there as well. Thank you once again to the DEMTech, Connect to Compete, and the Federal Communications Commission for your support of LULAC's Empowering Hispanic America through Technology program. It's greatly appreciated. And I've been asked to read my remarks in Spanish as well for members of the Spanish media. Bienvenidos a todos. I'll start to be saying hello everyone backwards again. Me llamo John Morin, estoy en director de la Liga de Ciudadanos Latinoamericanos Unidos aquí en Washington, D.C. Y estamos en la organización más grande y antigua en todo el país. Tenemos 56 centros de tecnología, 14 centros de LNESC y consulías, tenemos más de 900 en todo el país. Estamos orgullosos para estar aquí hoy en el Centro de la Juventud Latinoamericana, porque este es uno de nuestros centros de tecnología. En nombre de la presidenta nacional, Margaret Moran, y el director de Jefatura, Brent Wilkes, LULAC está orgulloso de estar en parte de la coalición de Connect to Compete, como un socio grassroots para ayudar a cerrar la división digital. Estamos orgullosos para estar aquí con el DEMTech y con la FCC y con todos los demás miembros de la coalición. Otra vez, gracias por todo tu apoyo y estamos muy felices para estar aquí con ustedes.
Now, I want to do something very exciting. I'm going to introduce not only a special colleague of mine, but a good friend, Jose Diaz. He's going to give you, from a personal perspective, how transformative technology has been on his life.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jose Diaz, and I came to this country at age 15, and right after I, started high school, and in high school, my favorite class, I remember clearly, was computers, and that's how I got involved. And right after high school, I enrolled in college and took computer science. While in college, I had a great opportunity with Latin American Youth Center, who provided me a job after college. And I remember having a computer class with about 10 to 15 kids, and the idea was to teach them computer skills and also create a network. And at that time, I remember it was very, very hard because, computers were very expensive and software also was very expensive, but after a while, we were able to create, that network that we started a few months earlier. And in fact, one of those kids that was in that class is here with us, working with us at a Mayan site each time. And, I'm very, very proud of him that, he's here with us. And, after so many years, with computers, I'm now the director of IT, and I feel very, very proud that I'm still here, and I feel proud of what I have accomplished through technology. Technology is a pathway for many, many youngsters, for many people, like, you mentioned, it's a way of the future. And I thank you very much, everyone, and LOSC for giving me that opportunity. Thank you.
Now I'd like to introduce SCC Chairman Julius Sinikowski. Who since joining the SCC in 2009 has made tremendous efforts to narrow the nationwide broadband adoption gap. The chairman launched Connect to Compete late last year and has been a champion for broadband deployment and adoption at the SCC. Mr. Chairman.
Well, thank you, first of all, Jose Diaz, for inspiring us to your story, for keeping us motivated, for inspiring these kids right in front of us. A little bit nervous now because the cameras are behind them. I think they're worried about what's actually up on their screens. But it's so great that you're all here. This announcement today, this event, is such a wonderful expression of partnership. Partnership to address major national challenges, to seize the opportunity of technology for everyone in our society. And so we have today the private sector stepping up. Redemtech has been just a real leader in this area from the early parts of this effort. Bob Houghton and Joe Vasquez, who you heard from, have been leaning in to this opportunity and looking for ways that they can be the terrific corporate citizens that they are. And then we have two marvelous nonprofits coming together to work together. LULAC, one of the largest and longest-standing nonprofits over the years, has such incredible contributions to our society, committed to the concept of tech centers quite some time ago, before it was fashionable, and in fact is now not only focused on building, operating, expanding their tech centers, but doing something else too, and that is working not in competition but in partnership with other nonprofits, other efforts to say, hey, listen, if we're tackling the same challenges, if we're tackling overlapping challenges, work together. And so Connect to Compete, which was founded last year, and it's under the tremendous leadership of Ben Heck, very much focused on this issue of closing the digital adoption gap, expanding digital literacy. Connect to Compete is a young nonprofit, focused but young, working incredibly hard, 32 hours a day, and this partnership here between Connect to Compete, LULAC, Redemtech, other private sector companies, other nonprofits has really been terrific. And I'm very proud that the government, the FCC, is playing a role in this partnership. Thanks to this great work on the part of chief staff at the FCC. Jordan Usan is here. Roger is here. He's been working on this all the way through. Jack Sadheimer, who is the driving force behind this and has moved on, but still we appreciate all the work that he's done. We've identified this as a national challenge, and we are using every tool we can think of to close this gap. In some cases, it's government tools, programs, rules, policies. In some cases, it's working with private sector companies and nonprofits. The goal is to reduce these metrics. And so I'm really pleased to be here today. The announcement from Redemtech is very welcome announcement that I applaud. And let me just spend a few minutes telling you why I think this is so important. It's so important because broadband, high-speed internet, is our central platform in the 21st century for economic growth, for information, for opportunity. Broadband can be the great equalizer, giving every American with an internet connection access to a world of new opportunities that might previously have been beyond their reach. We know this now. When we started to talk about it 3 years ago, people thought it was a little bit of science fiction. But everywhere across the country now, this is now known. If you talk to teachers, if you talk to people in the small business community, if you talk to people who are hiring in companies, it's not really controversial anymore. Broadband is essential to participation in our 21st century economy and society. But here's a distressing statistic. Roughly 1 in 3 Americans, nearly 100 million Americans, don't have broadband at home. And low-income Americans and minorities disproportionately find themselves on the wrong side of the digital divide. In fact, only about half of all Latinos have adopted broadband in the home. This matters because the costs of digital exclusion are rising. Think about jobs for a minute. A number of years ago, if you were looking for a job and you didn't have a computer at home, you could probably figure it out. The job ads were in the newspapers. You could fax in or mail in an application, and you were in the system and you had a chance. It's not the world we're in anymore. Job postings are almost exclusively online now. 80% of Fortune 500 companies do all of their job postings online and require online applications. So if you don't have broadband, you can't find the jobs that are out there, and you can't apply for them. The costs of digital exclusion are rising. Sticking on jobs for a minute, more and more we have a skills gap in the United States that I think has more pieces to it than most people recognize. And so when people talk about the skills gap, often they're talking about high-end engineering jobs that are going unfilled in the United States. We need more engineers in the United States. I hope all 4 of you will think about becoming engineers because there are great jobs out there, and sitting in front of your computers today, you're off to a great start. But that's not the only thing we need. If we filled every open engineering job in the country, we would still have unfilled jobs. And that's because of the skills gap at the other end of the spectrum. Too many Americans lack digital literacy. They don't know how to do what all of you are doing right here, using a computer, searching, uploading documents, scanning documents, and really to understand why people who don't have even those basic skills have a very hard time when they're looking for jobs. And then there's a level of job that requires somewhat more skill. For example, a certification to be a health technician or similar jobs. Well, actually, in today's world, you can get those certifications in, say, a 6-month online course. If you have access to the internet, and if you're digitally literate. So the costs of digital exclusion are rising, and this 100 million Americans who don't have broadband at home, it's not something that we can tolerate. Think about it from an education perspective, the percentage of Americans who don't have broadband at home, 1/3 overall, a half in minority and Latino communities. I talk to teachers around the country, and here's what they tell me. I want to teach my kids the tools that they need to participate in a digital economy. I want them to go home and do research assignments on the internet. I want to teach them, make sure they know Word, Excel, and uploading things. I want them to know all this stuff. But here's my problem. Here's what the teacher says. Half of the kids in my class don't have broadband at home. What am I supposed to do? If I give out these assignments, they're all stuck, and I'm just, exacerbating the digital divide in my community. And if I don't give out the assignments, then I'm not serving anyone in the class. It's a real problem. And this is why the work of Connect to Compete is so important, because Connect to Compete was founded to rally private sector companies, nonprofits, and others towards solving this goal. You've heard about the low-cost broadband product that Connect to Compete, working with the cable industry, is rolling out, $9.95 for families who have kids on free reduced lunch programs. Internet Essentials, a very similar program that Comcast is doing. This is very, very important. But it wouldn't work if families didn't have computers. So if we got connectivity, but people didn't have computers, it's theoretical connectivity, it's not real connectivity, and our studies say that. And this is where Redentech has come in. Redentech is saying, listen, we want to be part of this effort. We want to be a leader in this effort. We will work with you, private sector, public sector, nonprofit, to tackle the device issue. And so the program, when we launched it, made available not only $9.95 broadband access in the home for these low-income families, it also made available $150 refurbished computer from Redentech, which does everything a computer needs to do. Redentech is a company that's focused on this, has done a great job, and today we have Redentech stepping up and saying, we're going to do more, we're going to do more ourselves, and we're going to challenge other companies to step in and do more. Because Redentech knows something just by virtue of the business they're in. They know that there is an opportunity, and there's an opportunity in the gap between the many, many computers that companies regard as obsolete and the value that those computers have if they can be refurbished and made available for low-income families. And so the challenge that Redentech has issued today, its own commitment, is a big deal. Some of the numbers, I can't remember if these were mentioned, U.S. businesses retire more than 17 million computers that are only a few years old. 17 million. But a used computer that's obsolete to a big company could be a low-income family's gateway to the economic and social benefits of the broadband era. So Redentech, LULAC, Connect to Compete, thank you for this tremendous commitment. I'm here to tell you that what you're working on is a major national challenge. It's a challenge that's been highlighted not only by the FCC, but by our Secretary of Education, Arnie Duncan, by the President of the United States. Working together, we conceive the benefits of broadband for all Americans, and today is an important step in that direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, again, here at the Latin American Youth Center, we want to thank everybody for their participation. What's exciting about this event is we see the tremendous work that's being done, but it also sheds light on the tremendous need that still exists to support more young people. So I hope everyone here understands that and continues to support our young people. Thank you.